Welcome to Fun Facts Fun World. Today, our fun fact is the common cold. So what is the cold? Well, the cold is technically, a way to describe temperature, but it's also an actual disease. Today, we're going to be mainly focused on what causes the cold. So today, we're going to talk about the causes of the cold. And before we start with the actual cause, we'd like to talk about some common mistaken causes for the cold. The most common cause for cold that people turn to is the temperature. Like cold, as in temperature. But this is actually a big misconception. There is no direct scientific evidence that the temperature correlates to your health. There is no direct evidence that being cold or being exposed to a cold environment for a prolonged period of time will increase your chances of catching the common cold. And there is currently no evidence whatsoever that being in a cold environment will cause the common cold's disease. Well, how did this theory came about if there is no scientific evidence? And how is it still so dominant? Well, it's actually because, as a matter of fact, people do get the cold more often in autumn and winter. However, this still does not mean the temperature causes the cold. Why is it that people get the cold more often in autumn and fall, even though the temperature has no correlation to the disease? Well, scientists have actually done some digging on this topic, and they've come up with two possible theories that has some evidence backing them. The first one is that during cold weather, people are more likely to stay indoors. And when you're indoors in an enclosed environment with other people, you're more likely to spread diseases like the cold to other people, and more likely to catch diseases such as the cold from other people. The second theory is that winter and autumn are dry seasons. Well, for pretty much everywhere, the dry seasons. And dry air means dry mucous membranes in your respiratory system, which makes you exposed and susceptible to infection. That is probably why the theory that the temperature causes the cold was so prevalent. So, what actually causes the common cold? Well, it's viruses. There are many different kinds of viruses that can cause the common cold. The most common type are known as rhinoviruses. There are other different types, like adenoviruses, that can cause the cold too, but that is slightly rare. There are many different types of rhinoviruses that can cause the common cold, which is why you can get the cold over and over again. Because even though you might be immune to one strain of rhinovirus that gives you a cold, you might not be immune to the next. This is the same reason, or a similar reason, why you have to get a seasonal flu shot, instead of being able to get one flu shot and never get one ever again. Now, we've identified what causes the common cold, but how exactly does the common cold affect you? And where does it affect you? The places that the common cold most commonly affect is your upper respiratory tract system, which leads to things like sore throat, nasal congestion, runny nose, cough, fever, muscle aches, and other unpleasant symptoms. As you can see from the picture, your upper respiratory tract system is pretty much all the organs that are involved with the respiratory tract system, from your trachea and above, all the way to your nose. That includes your mouth. Now, that is where the cold usually affects. However, in people with weakened immune systems, or extremely unlucky individuals, the common cold can have complications, such as viral bronchitis, which is a viral infection of the little bronchial, tiny little air tubes inside your lungs, and viral pneumonia, which is a viral infection of the lung itself. For those complications, medical attention should be sought immediately. Now, we've established how the common cold affects you, and possible complications related to the common cold. But how do we treat the common cold as a disease? Well, the treatment for the common cold is technically nothing. There is currently no antiviral medication that directly impacts the cold virus's reproduction once it's inside the human body. You just kind of have to wait it out and see if your own immune system can kick the virus out of your body. Now, there are some medications that can make you feel better when you have a cold. For example, Tylenol or Advil, the ones everybody knows. But really, there isn't a treatment for the common cold. You just have to wait it out. And it usually goes away after about a week or so. If you receive complications from the common cold, such as high fevers that don't go away, or symptoms lasting for more than 2 weeks, or severe symptoms, or abnormal symptoms like coughing blood, or abnormal snot coloration, that is not including yellow, that is including black or red, well, maybe go see a doctor, because that's, not the cold, or a severe complication from the cold. And that will be a different story. Thank you for watching this episode of Fun Facts, Fun World. Hopefully you now understand what a common cold actually is. And the next time you come down with a runny nose and a sore throat, you blame your friend who was sick on Monday instead of the rainstorm this morning that made you wet on the way to school. If you like this video, please leave a like and subscribe. And also comment on the video for any suggestions on video ideas and possible improvements that I could make. Again, thank you for watching. Have a nice day.